Blessed be to all the children out there. Happy Children's Day. My name is Madhava Murari Das. Today, I'm going to be taking with the parents children protection, psychic protection for the children. Because the children are less conscious of the do's and don'ts of life, it is our duty to protect them until they get to that stage that they can protect themselves. So we protect them physically. Protecting the children physically is what is being taught by many. The radio today, people are going to talk about physical protection, child violation, and all that, etc. Child abuse. But here, I'm going to be teaching you psychic protection for your child. So my number one formula, first, somebody who did not sleep well cannot wake well. So therefore, I'm going to give you the first formula, protection of children at sleep. Number one, the bed of every child has to face the east. Please note, if you are setting the bed of a child, while the child is sleeping, his head should be pointing toward the east. Automatically, this will give a celestial guidance, celestial protection to the child. The east is considered the celestial direction. This is the direction of the higher beings, the direction of the demigods, of the gods, of the divine ones. So this direction releases at all time higher energy, spiritual energy for guidance and protection. So for the children that are growing, the best direction you face their bed is the east. Please, you can use your compass on your phone to determine which direction is the east. So that as the sun is rising, the first divine energy the sun is releasing, our children will receive it directly. This will guide them during the day. This will flush out unwanted energy. This will also cleanse them off of all the negativities or unwanted activities or energy that have happened at night. And not only that, it did not stop there. You see, sometimes we say children doesn't dream. Children dream. What is dream? It is activity that is happening at the other side, spiritually. So children energy level also is at work even while the physical body is asleep. So while the child is facing the east, the energy level will tend to be guided by the divine beings. So that is protection in itself. Then number two, there should be always light in the room of the children, however dim that light is. Colored light is not advisable. White light is best, or red color light. However dim the white light may be, it is okay. Because scientifically it is supposed that light is not too good in the bedroom, but this is very opposite spiritual teaching. There should be light, even though it is lantern, even if it is as small as candlelight, there should be light. This light will help the higher beings to have access whenever they want to help us. Then, those are techniques we take common, but they are actually not common. Then the next one is, the room has to be clean. Many a times there is a tradition we practice now that everything, we just take it, we throw it under the bed. We throw under the bed. What happened? The world or the life works with energy. Whatever you throw under the bed, definitely the energy of that thing, whether you like it or not, whether you are conscious of it or not, whether you are aware or not, we have some reactive effect on you who is sleeping on the bed. So metallic objects and some selected objects are not to be kept under the bed. Better still, let under the bed be free. If you must keep anything under the bed, keep salt water or salt. And don't forget, any salt you keep under the bed is no more consumable, especially when you have programmed this salt. If you have given this salt psychic programming, it is no more consumable. But whether or not you program this salt, salt itself is a psychic target. It has consciousness on its own. It's a neutralizer. So if you are keeping it there, whatever negative energy, elementals and unwanted forces, the salt will tend to fight them, to expel them. And the one that is not expellable, the salt is also capable to magnetize and neutralize them. So we can keep salt under the bed of the children. We can keep items like bitter cola. So while the child is sleeping, it is best before the child sleeps, the parent, you can take some holy book like the scripture, like the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Torah, any holy book that you believe, take it and keep by the head side of this child. It will help the child. It will look after the child. And if it is possible, program an alarm, not the one that will ring in a technological style, no. An alarm that will ring like a bell, occasionally at interval on that room or in that room. Program this alarm in that room. So at interval that this bell rings, it generates some positive energy. And this positive energy will help to guide the child. There is another aspect that we tend to look down upon, and it is very grave. What is this? Psychic attack. Many times, the parents or the guidance will tend to psychically attack our children out of ignorance or unknowingly. You will see some parents, maybe out of economic hardship or mistake by the child at the time, we call the child's name. You are useless. You are foolish. You are an idiot. You are an animal. You are mad. Those are curses. Whether you mean them or you don't mean them, two things is happening here, which is not favorable to anybody. One, you, the speaker, you are draining yourself spiritually. You are draining yourself. Every negative word you uttered, you drain yourself. And the more you drain yourself, the more you become susceptible to psychic intrusion. And then the person to whom you are speaking these words against, what are you doing? You are psychically attacking this person. That is what we call psychic programming. It's piling. How can you carry your child in your womb for 9 months, especially the mothers, and at the end of the day, you are labeling this child some funny names? Useless. The worst of all, useless. And then tomorrow you will start clapping and running after those people who have disciplined themselves, who have gotten this self-control over themselves, not to use such language on their own child. When the children of such persons or people become successful, then you jealous them. Then the next word again will become, go see your mate. Look at your mate. And not tell you, say you're useless. No, please. Our mothers, I'm begging you in the name of any God you believe. It is true that you may be doing this out of ignorance, you may be doing it out of carelessness, out of anger. This is psychic attack. You are destroying your child. You did not born your child to become useless. You did not give birth to him to become a second class. Let me just give you a brief, the danger of this psychic attack, both physically and spiritually. Physically, you have succeeded polluting the mental of this child. You have succeeded ridiculing this child to the point that this child will begin or start developing what I call inferiority complex, incapability complex. So when this child starts developing these traits, you will still complain. But don't forget, you are a contributing factor to this trait, to this habit or new lifestyle that the child is developing. And if your child is suffering from capability complex or inferiority, incapability complex or inferiority complex, what will be your profit? What will be your gain? You end up giving yourself more anxiety. You know, many a times when we talk about spiritual sciences, we think that you must have to go and serve one juju, you must have to go and bow down to one God, you must have to go to church first. No. Spirituality is a technology which has to do with consciousness, awareness. So you have to be aware, you have to be conscious of every word you speak. Your words have to be selected, they has to be refined. So on the physical platform, this is what is likely to happen to the child. The child will develop inferiority complex, incapability complex, and the child will develop what may at a time lead to a kind of mental unstableness on the extreme, because the child will not be able to discern what is good and bad, especially for parents that shout too much. Every single thing you shout, because you are not conscious of the energies you are projecting. It will always take this child out of balance. Then on the spiritual platform, on the spiritual level, spiritual realm, what happened? The child will start developing those traits. Because whatever we do, whatever we say, whatever we even think in our heart, we have sent it into motion, into the heater. It's like a seed that has been planted, is definitely going to generate. And when it generates, what happened? At the end of the day, is going to bear fruit. You can't plant apple tree and expect to harvest. You can't plant a guava tree and expect to harvest apple. It's not possible. If you plant soursop, you will harvest the same that you have planted. So that is why we have to be very careful. We have to be very conscious of how we relate to the children, especially the mothers. Your utterances matters a lot. Understand that it's psychic programming. And I want to believe that there is no parent who want to program their child negatively, who want to program their child in a wrong way. If you happen to go a little bit deep in spirituality, you know how this works. Let me just give you an example. For the ladies, you may have experienced this. If a lady loves a man genuinely, even if he did not love this man genuinely, but he has planted this man in her heart, meditate on it. If the man is not alert enough, the man will find himself loving that lady in a very short time. Not because he really loves the lady, but because the lady has planted that psychic connection between him and the person, the man. So while the man is thinking, somehow the thinking pattern will always climax and meet with this of the lady. And that comes about what? Fulfillment of the lady's psychic attack or psychic seed. So this also applies to how we think about our children. Sometimes becomes so bad that the parents, especially the mothers, I'm sorry to say it, but I have to keep capitalizing on this because today is for the children and we just have to give them the best. We see some mothers will look at their child because of one small mistake. Only the look will take the child off balance at the time. Just one negative look. You know, you look at somebody and see if the person is a trash, the person is nothing, the person is a low class. For crying out loud, we can't keep looking at our children like this, looking at our children like this. It does not work. You don't know the spiritual consequences, but I'm here to tell you today, this is the spiritual consequences. This is the spiritual effect about what you are doing. Even on the physical point of view, the child will lose balance, will lose composure. So enough for that. One other form of protecting your child, I believe this is the last formula I will be giving. Get a black thread, especially if you want to protect this child against negative energies like witches and wizards, witch doctors, black magic practitioners, etc., or bad sickness or sicknesses. If you want to protect your child against those things, get a black rope, the length of your choice, but long enough that if you are to wear it on the wrist of the child, you should be able to turn it around the hand of the child up to 3 times on the minimum. Odd number though, 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, 9 times, like that. But 3 times I think is okay. Then on this thread, while gazing at it, be conscious and be aware of what you want to do. This formula should be done by the women, a mother of a child, or the grandmother of a child, preferably a mother. If the child's biological mother is not alive, any mother that this child has accepted as his or her own mother should be the one to carry out this formula. Take the thread. Before I go too far, this thread should, for example, if you are using the tiny thread like the one they use to plait hair, not the rubber type, please, you have to double it. If you are using the one that the tailors use, you have to triple it like 3 times. Even the other one, it has to be tripled. Any one you are using, it has to be odd number tripled, odd number doubled. Any form that you want to do it, but the number of times to string it has to be 3 times. So you tie the first knot. Don't forget, before I go far again, you do this formula by between the hour of 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. You tie the first knot, make a specific prayer for this child. You draw it to the left-hand side, little bit interval, tie the second knot, say the same prayer, tie the third knot, the same prayer, like that. If you want to say different prayers, don't say one prayer on 2 and then another prayer on 2. No. You have to say one prayer on all of them, or one prayer on one string, another string, another prayer. You have to do it up to 9 times. If you are wearing this on a female child, 9 dots. Every dot, don't forget, you are making a projection. If you are wearing it on a male child, you can make it 7 or 11 times. Then you wear it on his wrist. Then if you don't want to wear on the person's wrist, don't forget this has to be permanent unless it cut on its own. Because it's a psychic protection, Many people are going to mount you to remove it from your child. Please, you have to be conscious. Many people are going to mount you to remove it. Some will call it names, but you know that it is not name. You did not take it to any shrine. You prepared it yourself. If you think that it is too exposed here, you can equally do it and wear it on the neck. If you don't want to wear it permanently, let it be such that you can remove